Welcome to the theme park rundown. We are back this week and we are talking about Dinoland USA, which is just about to finish closing at Animal Kingdom
in 3 or 4 days' time.
Yeah, in not a long time. Yeah. Now I know most of it's closed and there's a little pathway going through. I've experienced that pathway myself.
Yeah, same.
And a lot is happening in the future development. So we'll talk about the closure and the rides that have gone, and we'll talk about, you know, the excitement going forward over the new attractions. Yep. But it's definitely one to cover because I believe Dino USA was an opening attraction or an opening area for Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it had a few rides in there, of which you only experienced Dinosaur. Which is the one
which I actually quite enjoyed.
It's the final one closing, in fairness.
I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I'm sure everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
And we are covering, as we said, the theme park rundown covers everything, doesn't just cover UK parks, which is why we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And I've been saying I've had my last ride on Dinosaur for the last 3 years, but now finally...
You keep thinking it's going to close, and it's just
hanging
on in there.
But it was keep hanging on there. Yeah. But I've definitely had my last ride on Dinosaur now. Yeah. And I will say, actually, when I went on it last year, end of last year, it's probably the best condition it's been in fairness.
So when I went, similar kind of time, just before you, I think everything was working. I haven't been on it before, but...
And you can tell it's old.
Like
I think the queue line looks old. And the pre-show's in 4x3, so you know that's old. But actually, it's quite a good story.
The ride system as well is brilliant.
Yeah, the ride system is brilliant.
Actually, I was shocked how brutal it was.
Yeah, it is brutal, yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal. When you think that's going, 10, 12 hours every day. Yeah, that thing is brutal.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Scenery's not too bad. Animatronics are hit and miss.
For its age.
I think it's a good ride. But of course, Dinoland started out as an original area, and everyone, again, it's going to be unpopular, but I don't see... Okay, I'll pick this carefully.
Yeah.
It's not an Animal Kingdom ride for me.
But not good enough?
Just the area is just not... I mean, the area never... For my first visit back in 2014, and I don't think it changed that much. When I got there was the Triceratops spin, which is like a little Dumbo's ride, and a pair of Revachon spinning coasters in Primeval World.
That was weird.
Now, one of the strangest things I've ever seen rocking up to a Disney park and seeing a Revachon spinning coaster, let alone two next to each other.
Side by side.
Absolute staggering by it.
It's weird.
They didn't run particularly great. They weren't, I don't know, they're hit and miss, the Revachons at best of times, but needless to say, the Disney one wasn't brilliant. It had bare minimal theming. How this opens with Expedition Everest, and you've got the Kilimanjaro Safari, and you've got all this around you, Tree of Life, it's just beautiful. And of course, I don't think Pandora saw that. I think Primeval World might have been gone before Pandora opened. But either way, it's a beautiful park, Animal Kingdom. Whether you want to debate over it being an all-day park or not is neither here or there. It's a beautiful park.
It is.
You've got these pair of Revachon spinning coasters sitting in the corner.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? It just doesn't fit.
Did you know they were unique? I did put a TikTok out a few weeks ago. Just unique. The only ones of their type in the world ever.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
You didn't watch the TikTok then, did you? I don't know if I put it up. I think I did put it up. I did put it up. I put it up a couple of weeks ago. So they were actually the only ones of their type, yet they're a standard model.
How about they're the only ones of their type?
Because Disney, obviously, if anyone knows the Revachon spinning coaster, there's quite a few in the country. Obviously, Ice Mountain, be quite a famous one. Was the Winter Wonderland a few weeks ago. They got one on the end of Brighton Pit. There's loads kicking around.
Yeah.
And obviously, the transfer track's right next to the track, right next to the station.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in Disney, obviously. Can't have those there. They've got to be outside. So Disney actually had a transfer track added to the back of the ride, which then took the trains off into a maintenance shed so they weren't seen. Only one of its type ever to do that, or the pair of them to do that.
Did not know that.
So you had no kind of... It didn't look like a travelling ride, even though it was a travelling ride. And funny enough, I think there were scraps.
Yeah.
Don't think... I did have a look on Roller Coaster Database and seemingly gone. Which might have something to do with it, to be fair. The fact that transfer track was moved, I don't know whether the rest of it was welded or anything, but yeah, they gone. And they went a long time ago. And the area just looked crap. The floor looked crap. The stalls looked tacky. You've got the play area just looked rubbish. Little dinosaur dig.
I remember you saying it just didn't feel Disney-like, really.
I don't even think the entrance looked that cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Triceratops looked all right. And we know they scrapped that because they're using parts for their other rides. They've got a couple of other ones, including Aladdin, obviously, same ride type. So they are reusing parts. They confirmed that in a documentary. The ride wasn't sold. But I'm surprised it took so long, personally.
And it's still hanging on in there.
Well, it's got a couple of days of hanging on in there. I mean, mainly the area. I mean,
But the last couple of years, it's been hanging on in there.
I mean, the big dinosaur that was there, everyone says was symbolic, and you know, the carnival stalls. It just looked crap. If you'd have taken a photo of that, not knowing where you were,
yeah, you wouldn't know you were.
1 in 100 people wouldn't guess that's Disney unless they know. You know, you take
Unless
this.
you know, yeah.
You take this to a general public, not a chance. So it's closing, and Dinosaur closes as well. And Dinosaur looks old. I think it does ride well. It looks old.
I think it rides well. It's still a great ride, I think.
There's a lot of hate for it being closed. There's a lot of hate.
But the ride itself, with the actual ride system's not going anywhere.
No, I just think people are very much like dinosaurs belong at Animal Kingdom.
I get that.
I get it, but I don't get it.
But now they're not going to have dinosaurs at all.
No, because... No, but... Again, I guess when you got Jurassic Park at Universal, why have a Dinoland USA?
Yeah, you're not going to be
Because people know, you mentioned
fair.
dinosaurs, the first thing people say is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and Velocicoaster and stuff.
Yeah, they don't say...
And it's better as well.
They don't say Triceratops spin. They just... No one's bringing that one out.
No.
So I'm not surprised it's gone. And I understand what people are saying. Yes, it's... you know, it's dinosaurs are animals, and we've got Encanto coming in, and of course we have Indiana Jones coming in, and the carousel. The carousel looks like it's animal themed.
Yeah.
So brilliant, ticks the box. Indiana Jones,
I don't know if it's really animal themed.
it's not very animal themed.
Kind of jungly, isn't
That's
it?
the only one I would question. Yes, it is very jungly, and I would argue Expedition Everest. Not particularly animal
But
themed.
I think even though it's called Animal Kingdom, I don't know if it's all about animals. I think a lot of it's about the wilderness and outdoors.
It is, and I think that is where
they're going.
Indiana Jones
kind of
is
route
coming
they're
to
going
it.
down.
And you would argue that with Pandora probably as well.
A lot of it's
in
just
fairness.
nature and outdoors in general.
Yes. And so I think that's where Indiana Jones is coming from. And then you have the Tropical Americas. Well, the name's in the title.
Yeah.
Tropical.
Yeah.
Americas.
I mean, it makes sense.
And of course, that ride is going to be Encanto.
Yeah. So you've got a nice new dark ride coming in as well.
Now, my understanding is this ride will be based on... I don't know where I've got this understanding from, because I don't think it's been released. My understanding is going to be, from looking at the pictures, that this ride is going to be based on the youngest and his communication with animals. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you watched the film. We've watched the film.
I haven't watched Encanto.
You must have.
I haven't.
Really?
I know. It's been on when I've been places.
So they're gifted...
I don't think I've sound watched the full thing anyway.
Wow, you don't.
I
So
will.
they're given gifts.
Yeah.
And the gifts range from strength, they range from seeing visions, they range from, you know, lots and lots of things. And the last gift which is given, because obviously Mirabelle doesn't get one, that's not a problem, is that he can communicate with animals. And he opens his bedroom door and it's just animals everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's a particular, funnily enough, they capitalised on capybaras long before capybaras were popular. So there's a capybara in there, and I expect to see this being a prominent feature in the ride. So I expect the ride to be more about that than because it's a house exterior. We can see that. It is being built now. We've seen it go vertical in the last couple of weeks. It's got the house exterior, and I expect you to go in and then be transformed through his world. That's what I'm expecting. But what do you think? You're more neutral on this. You didn't really experience the whole of Dino USA.
No,
And in fact-
literally all I've experienced is construction walls and Dinosaur. And I enjoyed Dinosaur. I less enjoyed the construction walls because I couldn't see behind them.
Good looking walls.
But
Good looking walls.
But I enjoyed Dinosaur, to be fair. I was glad that it stayed open so I could experience it.
So again, I think when we've said before, when we've talked about American parks or any other parks that are outside of our country, we're not as attached to them. I'm not attached to Dinoland. And I appreciate some people are.
Yeah.
You know, if I speak to some random guy in America and say, I want Bubbleworks back, he's going to look at me like I'm stupid. He's going to look at me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
So I get that. I wasn't attached to Dinosaur at all. I'd be, you know, if Expedition Everest goes, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Imagine Country Bears.
Country Bear's just been revamped. That's staying. Only opened last year before.
The day that ever goes, you're going to just live there for that whole year, aren't you? Just to watch every show.
It's not going. I'm moving out there then. You won't see me. Just been revamped. It's fine. It's fine for another 20 years. But yeah, I'm not that attached to it. I've never seen how it fits in Animal Kingdom. I know what you're going to say. They're animals. I get that, but they're not really animals. Not anymore. They're not, are they?
But then Indiana Jones.
They're dinosaurs. You know, stick a crocodile in there, maybe a chicken, maybe. Chicken's like one of the closest ancestors to dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you. I think dinosaurs actually are probably an underrated attraction.
Yeah, I think the ride's brilliant. But I do see a point with the dinosaur theme as well, because it doesn't sound... Some parks pull it off quite well. There is a couple of exceptions. So, like Portland's have pulled off a good dinosaur area.
Yeah.
But a lot of parks, I feel, use dinosaurs as like a cheap walkthrough experience.
Yes.
I feel it always gets used in a cheap way.
Oh, I've forgotten about that.
I don't want to sound negative, but it does just feel like they just went through that phase where they just got used in a cheap manner. Apart from Portland's, which is an exception. I think Lost Kingdom looks brilliant.
Have we got any other dinosaur areas?
Just tacky walkthroughs.
I'd forgotten about the tacky walkthrough.
Oh, there's quite a few of them.
Do you know what? I think the tacky walkthroughs were better than Dinoland.
Wow.
I quite like the big dinosaur they had.
Yeah.
But even that was looking worse for wear around sort of the bases.
Yeah.
But all the stalls, it reminded me of walking through Simpsons Land. That's supposed to look like that.
Yeah, I mean, Simpsons is good.
You know, you've got this horrible cracked ground where there used to be things, and then a wall where there used to be a coaster, and then a Triceratops spin stuck in the middle of a bit of concrete, and then tucked right round the corner, which is obviously the reason why they've been able to start the work early, is Dinosaur. Weirdly, Dinosaur as a standalone attraction works.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a little bit shocked they're not going, I'll tell you what, we're going to build the Americas. We want to put Encanto in. We want to put a new carousel in because we've got enough of these Dumbo-type rides, quite honestly. So we'll put something a bit different in. Have they got any more carousels? Just got one at Magic Kingdom. Don't they got another one?
No, I don't think so, no.
No. And then we'll shut Dinosaur for the last 8 months of that.
And retheme. Well, not retheme it, but
just
give it a bit of a revamp.
Give it a
modernise
total.
it.
Yeah, give it a total.
Some nice new animatronics, a bit of an upgraded queue line and pre-show.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the ride.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the ride.
And you still could have had a whole new area to advertise within that.
See, this is it. Yeah.
Without bringing Indiana Jones into it.
Because, I mean, we are assuming it's all going to open at the same time. I don't actually think Disney have confirmed that, in fairness.
I think it should be open.
But I think it should. But then what are they going to advertise? So it's a difficult one.
To advertise Encanto or Indiana Jones?
Well, Indiana Jones has been massive in the past. I do wonder.
I think Encanto is a bigger draw now for advertising purposes.
I wonder if there's a second film on the horizon we don't know about yet.
I don't even know if that's been mentioned at all.
No, well, this is it. They don't mention it, do they, until like they do 2 years at a time. So I wonder whether or not there's an... Well, I imagine it'll be an Encanto 2. It made loads of money for them.
Has it not been announced?
Don't know. Kurt will check that. But I do wonder, because obviously Zootopia, and I always forget it's called Zootropolis over here. I just call it Zootopia now, quite honestly. Zootopia 2 opened around the time that Zootopia Better Together opened at Animal Kingdom. That's felt like such a mouthful to say that for reasons I'm not entirely sure of why.
It's not announced, but it is supposedly in developing.
Yeah.
It says, it's 2027, 2028, people think.
Yeah. But they opened Zootopia about the same time. So I'm just wondering whether or not there's an ulterior motive here. I'm not expecting...
What, that Indiana Jones opens 27 and that opens a year later? Because that'd be really late.
I don't know, because it's split, isn't it?
Or maybe open Indiana Jones beginning of 2027 and that later with a film.
Well, I don't know, because Dinosaur at the moment, I mean, I know Disney, they did their documentary about all of it, and they're like, they can't wait for Dinosaur to close so they can open that space up. But as you walk through, I'm not sure if... Encanto's obviously on the left as you walk towards Dinosaur.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not sure if the carousel's on the right, or if it's...
I don't know for sure.
Or if it's restaurant buildings on the right, and then it's just going to be pathway where there's pathway. So I do wonder. I wonder.
I mean, because for advertising purposes, that would also make sense.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing there's a restaurant opposite Dinosaur, guessing it's not being knocked down, so I wonder whether that's the restaurant. I assume that'll be completely rethemed. And it does usually take Disney about a year to reimagine something. And of course, Dinosaur shuts in a couple of days.
In a year's time, it could be reopening February, March 2027.
We were debating this, weren't we? Because there's obviously cars opening at, it's not Radiator Springs, it's Piston Peaks.
Piston Peak
is opening at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Which feels like it's slightly behind the Americas. Maybe not a lot.
Definitely is a little
but it's behind the Americas. And then, of course, Villains, although we can't see it in park, feels like that has actually started. Yeah. So we're kind of thinking...
And obviously I've started Monsters, Inc.
And Monsters, Inc., which feels about the same... That feels about the same, actually, as...
I think Encanto is definitely clearly a little bit
I
more
would probably argue, actually, it's only just behind Encanto.
We've started doing quite a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Encanto, Monsters, Inc., Piston Peak... and then Villains is probably the order in which they'll open.
It's just when they're going to open.
It's when they're going to open.
Spreading them out.
So we're obviously talking about Encanto today, and we're talking about the Americas. So we're just debating on when it's going to open. And now I think them and Universal obviously tend to compete, which is obvious.
I mean, I would have thought they're going to want to open for spring break.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going for.
I think Universal will. I'm not sure Disney care.
People are going to flood there no matter what.
Exactly. I don't think they need to. But I don't know. I mean, there definitely won't be an Encanto 2 out by February next year. Just not going to happen.
No.
I know they're talking about...
It might be 6 months after that.
It might be. But I know they're talking about a reboot of Indiana Jones. I don't think anyone's rushing to the park to ride the ride on a reboot. And Indiana Jones is a weird one because it's more nostalgic. I don't think it's held much merit for a long time. Even the last couple of films, I don't think it's held much merit at all. Whereas Encanto is going to be, this is the Disney attraction that my kids
years to come.
want to go. You know, if you're taking a 6 and 7 year old to Animal Kingdom, I think that's where they want to go first. And then,
that's fair.
And then I'm not even sure they want to go on Indiana Jones. But I could be wrong. But do we think they'll open at the same time?
I kind of think they will, but also I do see the point that if you open Indiana Jones in like March, February, a year after closing, and then you open Encanto 6 months later with a new film.
Could it work?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's considered it, in fairness, because they've advertised the Americas as the Americas.
Yeah. But it's a possibility.
You know what? I don't even know where Indiana Jones is set. Is it even part of the Americas?
I thought
technically.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that they're not raiding Lost Arks in America. Can't remember where it's set. That's going to be really bad if they are. Someone let me know. I'm at a point where I actually don't think they're going to open at the same time.
No.
And I just don't think people have necessarily realised
Thought about that, yeah. Spread it out.
There is only one way to Dinosaur. It fills, because you have to go over the bridge, don't you, and then round. So I do wonder whether they'll construct a new entrance down that area. So maybe the path we're using now won't be the path we're using to get down there. But I'm
sure we'll see nearer the time, depending on obviously how far ahead certain things are and what paths have been reconfigured.
Yeah.
We'll get an idea.
There's a lot of construction at Disney going forward.
A lot.
But of course they do like to compete with Universal. So this year Disney really haven't opened anything.
Just Zootopia.
Yeah, which is it's a throwaway attraction for them. That's probably because Epic Universe opened. Well, last year, Epic Universe opened, obviously.
Yeah.
So they didn't really open anything. But at the same time, I think it's been noted, really, that Universal Lines of Adventure have probably taken a bit of a dip while Epic's been in development.
Yeah.
Particularly Universal.
But that's why there's a new attraction coming to both.
Yeah, particularly Universal. And obviously, Rip Ride Rocket's gone. So are we timing one of these openings with Rip Ride Rocket's replacement? This is the question.
I mean, Disney need to open it at the same time.
But they will.
Because I think whatever's replacing Rip Ride Rocket, which I think is going to be an Intamin coaster, I think that's fairly obvious.
Yeah.
I think that's going to open for spring break 2027 now.
Yeah.
It should be ready before that, to be honest. But I think they'll just hold it out.
It should be ready before
I think it'll be early 2027.
Because we'll get the Muppets reimagined for Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah,
roughly.
Shortly followed by Jurassic Park reopening, obviously at Universal.
At Universal. Yeah. I wonder, have they announced that's a year?
9 months.
9 months. So I think that'll be very similar. Yeah. I think they're gonna Yeah, I think they're going to clash. That's their talk to each other, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I understand Disney this year. Disney would have to have opened Villains this year in order to compete with Epic. But I think even they probably thought it's not worth it, which I get. That said, with Universal opening one ride, Disney would quite happily open a ride.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. It's just how long this Universal one's going to take. I'm sure they've got an idea, roughly, between them of when they're going to open. And I'm not saying they're going to open the same day, because out there, where they get a lot of tourists, people plan months in advance.
Yeah,
so they can,
you don't want them the same day, really.
they can open one in March and June, and people will call that close opening.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, we'd be like, we want it all open on the same day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And of course, I think Universal, although they're, it'd be interesting to see what they do with Jurassic Park, because if they keep it as Jurassic Park,
Which I think they will.
you think they will? I think they will as well. It's what they do to it that's going to take 9 months, because that's a long time.
I'm sure, obviously, extensive refurbishment in terms of the ride itself, but I think we'll get quite a lot of new animatronics and bits.
Yeah, some animatronics at work would be lovely. And then I think Dinosaurs quite a quick overlay for them. It's going to be the fascia that's going to take some time, because it's going to be like a temple. I don't know.
There's definitely a lot over the next 3-4 years that, though, between Universal and Disney, their timing and their openings are going to coincide a little bit.
Yeah. So I think the Jeeps work for Indiana Jones. I think the Jeeps are perfect for it.
Work, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're perfect for it. I wouldn't expect any change to the ride system whatsoever. I'd expect it to break down just as much with your little seatbelt. I'm not expecting anything other than a scenery change.
Yeah.
Test track took a long time. And whilst I'm impressed with the test track changes...
So I never went in it before, but I find it enjoyable.
Yeah, no, it's a great ride. Again, it's something I think that Disney should be doing in 2 months. Maybe if you want to do a full refurbishment of the cars and everything, 3 months.
Yeah, it probably did take too long.
It took a year. And I'd argue the same with Big Thunder.
It's taken too long.
I think it's taken too long. So that has been retracked. I'll hand them that.
But yeah, but Dinosaur taking a year is a long time.
I think Dinosaur...
And as you say, Jurassic Park taking 9 months is a long time.
But again, this is it. If they're opening it with the whole of Americas, I'm not convinced Encanto's going to be ready in a year.
No?
No.
But then there'd be no... Yeah.
I mean, we are absolute basic buildings at the moment. Now, it does seem like the ride system is being reported to be very similar to Figment. So not like a groundbreaking ride system.
It's going to be all about the
not
story.
Not a flawless and thing. It's going to be about the story. I'm hoping it's not too screen-based.
Hopefully some nice animatronics.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be some nice animatronics in there. Bit of music. Should be lots of colour. Seeing bits of the house move. It doesn't look massive.
It doesn't look huge, but
could be. Yeah, could be. I just don't see Disney having that ready in a year. Whereas I think Dinosaurs should be ready in a year. Maybe the fascia is what's stopping them if they're building a lovely thing and they're actually... I say if they're actually going to plant plants. This isn't Chessington. They will plant plants. Around as well. So I think we're probably looking May, June 27. At which point I then think Piston Peak is opening the same year.
That just opened 27 as well.
Or do we think that Monsters is going to open the same year? Because, Disney don't need to say things for years.
I thought Monsters down for 2028, isn't it?
Is it down for 28?
I can't remember.
Because that's only one ride. It's one ride.
Yeah, but so was World of Frozen at Paris. You see how long that's taken?
That's taken a long time to build the same ride they've built everywhere else, yeah. It does look beautiful.
Slightly longer at the start, though, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, it's probably slightly better. It does look beautiful, though, in fairness, that one.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting to see how the Lion King comes along.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, maybe that's 28 then. But then Piston Peak's got to be opening 27, 28.
Oh, there's going to be 2 that open in the same year, no matter what.
Yeah.
They can't spread it out that long.
No, they can't.
There'll be Villains that'll have its own year.
Yes.
I think.
But they'll be wary. We said this earlier, that they're obviously building a theme park in the UK now. And that their focus will be elsewhere once they've built this new coaster. But just seeing the Fast and Furious coaster.
How long that's taken.
My God, it feels like it's been in development forever.
It feels about 3 years. I don't really know exactly.
No.
But it feels like forever.
So then I'm thinking that Disney will open something with that.
What, in 2031?
No. It's in the Fast and the Furious coaster.
All right. I thought you meant 2031.
No, I mean, Universal, I think, are not going to be doing a lot in the next couple of years. I think that they'll focus on Epic.
Well, I think by the
the
time
one Project Island.
I think by the time we get to about 2030, 2031, I think we'd have had we're going to have 2 more expansion pads at Epic by then.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a Harry Potter one, and then either a Mario or Celestial Park.
And then whatever's replacing Islands.
And then, we're going to have Islands.
Yeah.
Islands is due to be done December 2027.
Yeah.
So 2028 opening. And then Studios, I mean, the coaster should be built in a month.
Yeah, so we're just kind of thinking of opening times for it, for the Americas. But I think as the Americas on a whole, I think it's great. I think
it will look good.
I think Dinoland
It's
was...
just a nice refresh. It's really bright, vibrant, happy, cheery. The kids will all love it.
It's tropical. It's going to fit Animal Kingdom perfectly.
And if there's a sequel for the movie coming, it's only going to get more popular.
Yeah, it just seems very coincidental they've decided to. But, again, I always find it weird they don't have certain rides, and Encanto's right up there with one of them. I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, there is certain films
they just
that
don't have.
Why don't they have that?
But I think it's a good move. I think Dinoland was... I mean, from an average visitor, which is what we are, I just think it's awful. But for me, I'd have kept Dinosaur. I'd have rethemed Dinosaur. A whole new fascia.
I wouldn't be sad to see Dinosaur stay.
No, a whole new fascia.
Yeah.
Completely revamped the ride, modernised it a bit. Disney are good at leaving little hints in and things. There's a couple of foliage bits, and I don't know if any of the animatronics could be reused, in fairness. They've aged. And then open the Americas on top.
I reckon some stuff in there will be reused for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Some of that foliage and that I can't see. There's no need to waste all of it.
Yeah.
Some of it's going to get reused, I think.
It's it's interesting.
I don't think it'll be done on the cheap, but I don't think it'll be splashed cash on it.
But I think it'll reopen first. I think they'll do a split opening. Maybe in the same year, but I think they'll do a split opening.
Yeah, probably the same year, possibly.
But then if Encanto isn't as... it's just a detail. Disney detail is... Frozen at Paris looks done.
Yeah.
In November. And we're still 2 months from opening. But it looks finished.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing for 5 months?
Yeah.
And that's just Disney.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know whether we'll see this in 2027. I don't know whether we'll see it next year or not. I don't know. Same with the Universal coaster. It just feels like forever.
Oh, I definitely see.
And we say it because we want to plan holidays to go. Nothing worse than booking a holiday in September to find out a brand new area opens in October.
Yeah, but we want to book them reasonably far in advance because we've got to book the time off work. We've got to find a good deal on the holiday because it's not cheap.
No, it's not. Get a good price.
Yeah, got to work out because whether we're going to keep passes going or different things. And
But Dinosaur, that's it. Dinoland USA is leaving Animal Kingdom. Were you a fan of Dinosaur USA? You need to let us know. Do you think they should have kept Dinosaur? Do you think the new area will be successful? Do you think it might be a staggered opening? What year do you think it's opening? It's the usual Disney questions where you just don't know until the very last minute, but it's closing. Yeah. I've had my last ride. You've had your first and last ride.
Yeah, I've gone it a few times at least.
Yeah, I've got some good memories of it. I think it was a great ride system, but Dinosaur, gone. Right, we will be back next week.
Yeah.
And we will be back in the UK next week as we will very soon be looking forward to 2026 in terms of park openings.
And we're in February half term.
We're obviously in 2026 and park openings, but we got some February half terms coming up and we have full seasons coming up. And we will briefly mention opening times in that as well because there are some interesting opening times coming where some parks are opening quite early and some might as well not open.
No.
Right. Right. Until next week, thank you for joining us.